bad. It's funny because I can't believe how this happened. Okay, I was actually trying to create the new Dream Team account like we announced on the channel.
There exists a trend on TikTok in which adult family members record themselves presenting a purity ring to one of their children. In nearly every case, the child in question is a female, and the adult giving them the ring is their father. For those who did not grow up in purity ring culture, a child given a purity ring makes a vow to their parents and to God that they will not have sex or anything having to do with sexual intimacy until they are married. This event takes place mainly in Christian circles when the child is a teenager. From my personal experience, I received a purity ring when attending a purity event while at my church at the time. But this isn't always the case, as some families prefer to do it on their own accord and in the privacy of their own home. Amidst these trend videos lies a small percentage of instances where the father of the family will get down on one knee and present the purity ring to his daughter in a proposal-type fashion. Some critics watching the trend believe that proposal videos like these stand out as being somewhat possessive, like the father in question is overstepping a boundary by making his daughter a piece of his property. Not to mention calling into question how much these girls actually know about the commitment they are making. But a video would soon surface showcasing a father using a purity ring to propose to his daughter. Only in this case, she wasn't a teenager. She was 20 years old.
I am about to give Sarah a purity ring, but I'm going to do it in a very special way. I am actually going to make it look like a marriage proposal. Now don't get the wrong idea, it's not a marriage proposal. You're 20 years old.
Duh.
And most kids your age are not pure. Have not remained pure.
Sad but true.
Well, I want to thank you for remaining pure.
Okay.
Okay? I want to give you something.
What?
I want to give you something.
Okay.
Okay?
What are you doing? What? What is this?
Okay. This ring will remain on your left ring finger until the day your husband puts another ring there in its place,
Okay.
as a sign that you will remain pure.
Just a Dad and His Ladybug, an account on TikTok that no longer exists. The man who ran the account, Patrick Getchell, has just given a purity ring to his daughter Sarah. The video, after being posted, would go extremely viral. Why would he drop to one knee like a proposal if it's not a proposal? Regardless, it's odd, but even his explanation doesn't make sense considering he literally proposed. This is so inappropriate and weird. She's 20 and lives at home and sleeps in the same room as him. Nope, 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 nope. Time to grow up and move out. These are just a couple of comments in regards to this polarizing upload. The way in which Patrick presented the ring to Sarah through a mock proposal caused many viewers on the platform to raise an eyebrow. But it wouldn't be the first time, and far from the last time, that Patrick and Sarah's videos fell into controversy. Because as of recently, a few accounts have been uncovered, linking the father and daughter duo to adult content. Really quick guys, before we get too deep in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and if you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe to Something Sinister. As always, some of the information we're going to be covering in this video is very taboo and difficult to talk about on the platform, so if you are interested in ad-free, uncensored, early content, please consider subscribing to the Something Sinister Patreon. It's just $5 a month. Link will be down in the description below. As always, I hope you have a wonderful week, and let's get on with the video. Patrick and Sarah began posting to TikTok in 2023. At first, it was innocent dance trends and lip sync videos. At some point, shortly after the proposal video, the account was renamed to the Dad and Daughter Dream Team. Even in the account's early days, one thing was evident. With the increasing amount of attention given to Patrick and Sarah, came a large number of people commenting on the closeness of their relationship. Some even implying that the two were in a romantic father and daughter relationship. These rumors deeply upset Patrick.
Okay, this is just the latest in a long line of comments that are saying stuff like this, and I want to thank you all so much for the love, and I love y'all guys too. I try to be a good dad, and the fact that people are saying I'm a good dad is really nice to hear. But really, it's easy with Sarah. We're almost exactly the same, so we work well together. And I want to thank you all for the great comments. I know there's still some comments out there that are saying, "Oh, this is a little off," or "blink 3 times if whatever." I don't care. These aren't going to affect us. They're not going to affect this channel. We're going to still bring you the dance trends that you love. We're going to still bring you the lip syncs that you love. So follow us and watch us grow and watch this channel just blow up.
This type of video, addressing negative comments, would be far from the last posted to the Dad and Daughter Dream Team account. And it wouldn't just be Patrick filming these videos. Soon, Sarah would step in front of the camera to address viewer concerns.
So me and my family are out hiking right now, and we saw this comment and had to respond. But this is the last time I'm responding to comments like these. I post all the videos. I read every comment that you guys post. No, I don't need help. I'm perfectly fine. This is my father. We're doing dance trends and other trends on TikTok. There's absolutely nothing going on here. I don't need help. I'm fine. So just please stop commenting this stuff. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm perfectly safe.
This response video did little in the way of convincing viewers that Patrick and Sarah were not in some type of inappropriate relationship. Sarah's pale complexion and tired eyes also seemed to alert viewers that she was not telling the whole truth. People believed that the person filming, presumably Patrick, had coaxed Sarah into recording the video in an effort to lower suspicion. Despite these response videos, the tension within the comment sections on the Dad and Daughter Dream Team page would continue. Regular viewers also began to pick up on certain interesting details in Patrick and Sarah's uploads. One of the earliest examples being Patrick's lack of boundaries when it came to Sarah's personal space. In a number of posts, Patrick can be seen standing in close proximity to Sarah, which appears to make her very uncomfortable.
I'm Sarah, and this is my dad, Patrick.
We love to dance together
And lip sync.
and get a little crazy sometimes.
We do that normally.
You call me crazy?
If the shoe fits.
True. Anyway, we want to share that love with all of you.
In this upload in particular, Sarah is hovering over a bucket of water. Patrick keeps his hand on the back of her neck and even strokes her head from time to time.
Sorry, it's just getting warmed up here.
Okay.
This issue with personal space, however, would clash in comparison to a number of uploads where Sarah holds onto her father or gazes at him lovingly while they lip sync to popular love songs. In these uploads in particular, the two resemble a romantic couple, as opposed to a father and daughter. But the comments regarding the awkward relationship between the duo wouldn't stop as their numbers continued to grow. In fact, it was becoming much worse. In order to truly understand some of the events that are about to unfold, I want to give you sort of a brief rundown of the family dynamics between the members making up the Getchell family. So first off, we have Patrick, and Patrick is married to a woman named Teresa. He and Teresa have 2 children together. Obviously, you know about Sarah, but they also have a younger son named Hunter. The 4 of them make up the Getchell family. Patrick's wife, Teresa, seems to be a genuinely sweet woman. She doesn't appear in uploads very often because, as she states, being in front of the camera makes her uncomfortable. As such, Patrick and Sarah are really the only members of the family that we actually get to know. At the time that they posted their first video, Sarah was reported to be 20 years old. I point this out because, admittedly, when watching the footage, she does look younger than that. So yes, technically she is a consenting adult, but that doesn't make any of the content that we're about to cover any less disturbing. Sometime in 2024, the dad and daughter Dream Team TikTok account was deactivated. As it would later be explained, so many users on the platform had flagged the account for inappropriate content, ultimately leading to it getting banned. But this wouldn't be the end of Patrick and Sarah, because they were busy posting elsewhere. A year prior to the dad and daughter Dream Team page being deactivated, a community on Reddit known as Dad and Daughter Snark was formed. This provided a platform for people concerned about Patrick and Sarah's relationship to talk with one another and share information. Through the combined efforts of its thousands of members, the following disturbing information was brought to light. During the suspension of the Dad and Daughter Dream Team account, Sarah was posting to her personal TikTok by the name of Made with Love by Sarah. This account saw a lot of the same type of content Sarah posted with her father on the Dream Team page. Dance trends, makeup routines, and TikTok shop product reviews. But on December 16th of 2024, Sarah posted a video with ties to adult content. This clip shows Sarah dancing to a song as she normally would. Interestingly, the song is credited to an artist named Ariala Brigman, an artist that was following hardly anyone on social media aside from Sarah and Patrick. When visiting Ariala's page, you will be met with an unsettling discovery. Ariala Brigman is not a real person. She is an AI account posting explicit content. Her photos often liked by Patrick's personal accounts. This discovery led Reddit users on r/dad and daughter snark to accuse Sarah of being behind the Ariala account. And oddly enough, an hour after the accusations started garnering attention, the Ariala Brigman accounts were deleted. The Ariala account being scrubbed from existence as soon as people started to draw connections between it and Sarah is suspicious. But at the end of the day, we've established that Sarah is an adult. So realistically, if she wants to go ahead and post explicit content or adult content, she has every right to do so. But what stands out as strange to me in this situation is that Patrick, her father, was an active member on this page. At this point, we don't know for certain if it was Sarah or Patrick behind the Ariala Brigman page. What we do know is that they were two of the active accounts liking and promoting Ariala's content. Regardless of whether or not they were behind the account, Reddit users on the Snark page were vocal that a father and daughter partaking in an AI account posting adult content was weird. As in a traditional family unit, sexual activity on the internet is not usually something you bond over. And while the disappearance of the Ariala account could have signaled a dead end in the investigation behind its origin, this wouldn't be the case. In fact, investigators found some pretty damning evidence against Sarah and Patrick. When revisiting this Venmo page belonging to Ariala, there is one detail in particular that points to Sarah and Patrick. The banner behind Ariala's profile picture shows the photograph of a promotion for a book titled Firebound Harmony. When searching that book title, you'll find that the authors of the book are Sarah and Patrick Getchell.
Okay, so Sarah has no clue what's going on here because she doesn't know about this. But Amazon sent us something special earlier this week.
Oh my god!
There it is.
Exciting news. Our book actually hit the top 10. It was number 7 in one of its categories on Amazon Sunday. So we are well on our way to becoming best-selling authors. Stay tuned for more news on that.
Why would a random AI account with so little followers be promoting a book written by Sarah and Patrick?
And finally, there's a rumor going around that my dad and I created an AI that made spicy content on OnlyFans. Their whole basis for this accusation is that this AI posted a song. I saw it on TikTok and I liked it, so I made a lip sync. I also followed the account in case they posted more music I liked. Excuse me for liking an AI song, but that does not prove that we were behind the account. As for the spicy content they allegedly posted, we would never post content like that. Hell, we don't even know how to use AI like that. The most we've done with AI is get a few name ideas for characters in our book. Well, there you go. I finally addressed what everyone wanted me to address. Thank you for boosting our account by nearly 600 followers in a single day. We do appreciate it so very much.
This response video, made by Sarah after the Ariella rumors began circulating, would get her and her father into even more trouble. As Sarah claims in the video, she and Patrick do not know how to use AI. But when taking a look at the cover of their book, it was very clearly created using AI. So unless they had someone else do it for them, this claim is completely false. And while Sarah was busy dealing with the repercussions of all of this, Patrick was supposedly writing taboo dad and daughter stories on a public website. For those unaware, there exists a website known as Literotica. The purpose of the site is for users to have the opportunity to read, write, and publish erotic stories. And among these was a user known as Babe for Dad. When looking at the About section of the account, the user claims to be a 70-year-old man who likes to pretend to be younger. Included in this section is a breakdown of all of the categories and subcategories that the user is interested in. And while I can't go into much detail here, one of these categories includes dad and daughter. When looking at the profile picture, it features the AI image of a woman next to a red dragon. Both share a striking resemblance to the cover of the Firebound Harmony book. And while this may seem like a crazy coincidence, the content of the stories themselves say otherwise. Because the first story posted on the account features a 21-year-old girl who refers to herself as a daddy's girl, and this character's name is Ariella. Following this revelation, users on the Snark page would begin compiling a list of possible emails used by Patrick. I'm not exactly sure how these emails were obtained, but I will not be showing any of them in this video. All you need to know is that users were taking these emails and attempting to make new accounts with them on Literotica. Their efforts proved to be somewhat successful, as they received an error message when trying to create an account with one of the emails on the list. This piece of evidence, one of Patrick's emails being linked to the Literotica account, has yet to be addressed. But as it usually goes with Patrick and Sarah, the Babe for Dad account was deleted soon after people started seeing connections between it and the dad and daughter dream team. So, following the deactivation of the Dad and Daughter Dream Team TikTok account, Reddit investigators from the Snark page linked the duo to two different accounts creating adult content. Firstly, we have the Ariella Brigman accounts, which feature an AI woman creating adult content. Not only has she promoted the book written by Sarah and Patrick, but Sarah has also danced to one of the songs created by the Ariella account. Once the Ariella page was said to be created by Sarah, all of Ariella's accounts were deleted. Secondly, we have the Babe for Dad Literotica account, an account supposedly linked to one of Patrick's emails. The type of content being written on the page includes inappropriate relations between father and daughter. Once the account was linked to one of the possible emails being used by Patrick, the Babe for Dad account was deleted. Despite these failed attempts to cover their tracks, Patrick and Sarah were still in hot water, and Teresa, a woman who had stayed quiet up until this point, was about to disclose some very interesting information. By this point, something had shifted in the dad and daughter Dream Team community. It became less about gathering information on Patrick and Sarah, and more about focusing on Sarah and making sure that she was okay during all of this. I think prior to this point, a lot of people were treating them as a unit, as opposed to two singular individuals, when in reality, only one of them really needed to be faulted for any sort of suspicious behavior. So fortunately, people started to realize that all of this was not Sarah's fault, and if what they were suspecting was true, that would make her the victim in the situation. And I feel like this is something that is often overlooked, but is very important to understand. If you visit the comments section in Patrick and Sarah's videos, oftentimes you can see the name Madeline Soto being tossed around. Madeline was a 13-year-old girl who was tragically strangled to death by her mother's boyfriend. Pictures prior to Madeline's death show that she had what people are referring to as dark eyes. And this sort of dark eye thing is something that Sarah had addressed after the fact. She said in a video she simply has a pale complexion and naturally her under eyes are just a little bit darker than normal. And they in fact had nothing to do with being distressed or lack of sleep or anything like that. But 2025 would prove to be a turning point for Patrick and Sarah, because something happened that no one following their story could have anticipated.
The Dream Team is back. It's funny because I can't believe how this happened, okay? I was actually trying to create the new Dream Team account like we announced on Sarah's channel. And when I was trying to create the new Dream Team account, I was going to use the same email because I thought it was deleted a year ago.
Yeah, like we deleted it, so we thought it was gone. We didn't have any chance of getting it back.
Exactly.
Much to the dismay of many TikTok users, the dad and daughter Dream Team had their account reinstated. The trends returned as usual, and so did the unsettling signs from before. But as you know, the internet is persistent, and the comment sections on many of the dad and daughter Dream Team uploads were full of people concerned for Sarah and disgusted by Patrick. Mom is just the third wheel at this point. As mentioned before, Patrick's wife, Teresa, prefers not to be on camera. Instead, she supports her husband and daughter by recording some of the videos herself and cheering from the sidelines. But after the persistent entourage of negative comments following the Dream Team's return, Teresa appeared in a video all on her own. The upload, however, would raise immediate red flags.
Hi everyone, I asked Sarah if I could use her channel to make this video. I've stayed quiet for a while now. I've watched the internet attack my daughter and my husband and it's really pissing me off, but I stayed quiet. I am done staying quiet. What the hell is wrong with you people? I had to write a script to get this out so it doesn't seem so jumbled, and it doesn't help that I'm downright pissed off. My husband is the sweetest and kindest man. He would never hurt a fly, let alone his family. Come on, guys. If you ever met him and actually knew him, you would think so too. Now, because I choose not to be on camera, everybody thinks I'm forced not to be on camera. Bitch. Nobody forces me to do anything. I don't like to be on camera a lot. Just because I'm a kind and caring person and have a sweet personality, it doesn't mean that I'm pushover or mentally delayed. As you can see, I have a tough side. If you mess with my family, you'll see more of it than you want to. So back off. Sarah has her channel here, Patrick has his cooking channel, and I'm here to support them.
It's very clear in this upload, as the commenter points out, that Teresa is reading off of a script posted just behind the camera. And though she says that she had to write her thoughts down prior to recording the video, the script comes off extremely similar to the scripts that Sarah uses when addressing allegations. Because of this, I'm inclined to think that the video was orchestrated by Sarah and Patrick as a means of diffusing the rumors surrounding their questionable relationship. As uploads on the new Dad and Daughter Dream Team page would continue, so would Patrick and Sarah's strange physical relationship. Only this time, Sarah appeared to be acting differently about it.
God level incredible.
I'm not that good. Alright guys, so that's it. So try this out for yourself. It's actually really good.
Yep.
So, yes, until next time.
For the first time, Sarah seems to be having a more difficult time pretending to not be bothered by her father's physical advances. Patrick drapes himself over her and seems to pay no attention as Sarah shows very visible signs of discomfort. Whereas before she might have put up with it to save face for the camera, something in her was appearing to change.
Check. Careful.
I can't reach it.
Where? Right here?
No, it's like right on the side of my back.
Oh, up here?
Yeah.
Okay, there
Thank
you go.
In these clips, it appears that Sarah is fed up with her father's touching, but she doesn't know how to tell him to stop. Or maybe she's afraid of what he might do.
So, we're always hugging,
Yeah.
holding hands, touching. This is the way our family operates. Now, a lot of people have said, I don't see you touch your wife like that much, or your son. Well, that's because they're not on camera all the time. We are.
Yeah.
I assure you that during the course of the day, I hug Hunter several times, my wife quite a lot. We are a family that loves to hug and touch and hold hands. I hold hands with my wife. I hold hands with Hunter. She does
I
too.
hold hands with Hunter. I hold hands with Mom. I hold hands with him.
This is how our family dynamic is. And honestly, the fact that so many people find it weird, it may be to you. And if that's your family dynamic, then fine. Some people said, I don't hold my dad's hand. Well, that's your business.
That's your choice. That's how we show our affection.
As per usual with Sarah and Patrick's response videos, viewers weren't buying the justification they were giving. As such, criticism would eventually cause Sarah and Patrick to make a vow that they would stop touching one another entirely. As many viewers have pointed out, the fact that Patrick and Sarah felt the need to address rumors on multiple occasions stands out as being kind of strange, because when in reality, if the rumors weren't true, why would you feel so bothered or threatened by them? The 2025 return of the Dad and Daughter Dream Team wouldn't last long at all. In early August of this year, Sarah and Patrick decided to stop posting content together on the Dream Team account. As such, the page was taken down once again. But Sarah wasn't done posting content. Her personal TikTok account, now listed under a new name, has served as a place for her to continue being creative, but without the presence of her father.
Well, guys, here I am. I'm sorry to say, but the Dream Team is gone. We just couldn't post content together anymore, knowing how people saw it, especially with the latest bull they're trying to spread. All the rumors are false, but there's nothing I can do. People are going to believe it, and I can't stop them, so we're done creating content together. So, welcome to the new me. I'm going to fly solo from now on. Don't get me wrong, I still love my dad. He will always be my best friend and biggest fan, but I think flying on my own is best. So from now on, you'll only see me. I can't stop because I love creating videos, and honestly, I don't want to give these haters total victory. I'm gonna do some fun videos coming up, maybe not daily at first, but I'll get back to that. Give me a little time to get prepared. I hope everyone can be happy just seeing me and leave the rest of my family out of it because they're just not interested in dealing with it anymore. This will be a place for fun and entertainment, never any negativity. See you soon.
This video, as viewers have described, shows Sarah in a new light. She appears to be much more upbeat and comfortable than she has appeared in a long time. Not too long after this upload, some big changes would take place in Sarah's life. She would move out of her parents' house and begin her journey as an independent adult. She still posts content on the regular, but without her family. As for Patrick, I have found no updates regarding whether or not he is still active on TikTok or any other social media accounts. To my knowledge, he has yet to directly address his involvement regarding the Babe for Dad Literotica account. The conclusion of this story leaves a lot of questions to be answered. The most obvious one being, were Sarah and Patrick in an incestuous relationship? That question is difficult to answer for sure. Typically when we think about incest, we think about sexual activity between family members. But that's not the only type of incest out there. In fact, there is a type in particular that I feel like is much more fitting when it comes to Patrick and Sarah. This form of relationship is called covert incest. It refers to a family dynamic in which the parent and the child exchange in a very unhealthy closeness, emotional closeness with one another. Cases like this occur when the parent will treat the child less like a child and more like a, romantic partner. Situations of covert incest would see a parent relying on a child in situations of emotional distress, comfort when they are lonely or sad, or advice, navigating their personal life. The characteristics of covert incest are hard to ignore when it comes to Sarah and Patrick. While we can't say for certain if their relationship extends to the traditional definitions of incest, I think it's safe to acknowledge that their closeness is somewhat problematic. The story of Sarah and Patrick is extremely sad for a number of reasons. In a world where the need for father figures is greater than ever, I see individuals like Patrick and want to acknowledge that they are trying. But the ramifications for Patrick's relationship with his daughter will last her a lifetime. I do feel hopeful, however, seeing Sarah branch out and move out on her own. Hopefully, this is the first step in a new chapter in her life, one full of new adventures and independence, allowing her to make her own way and be the person she truly wants to be.